Okay.
It is 7 a.m. Saturday, April 27th. I've got my rope, my come along, my cutting tool, my fan, my coffee. I am ready to go pull that tree up straight. Wish me luck. Well, my fan battery died because that's the one I was using on my chainsaw. So I'm going to charge it up. I have several more, but I decided to plug this fan straight into power because now I can run at full speed. That's the air cannon, and it works real good. Alright, it's 7:30. I got the ladder up there and the rope laid out to tie on to that tree so that I can pull it tight with that come along and straighten up that tree. I was laying out the hose so I could wet that ground and realized it didn't have a grommet, so I had to go get a grommet to put in there. Okay, I got my hose laid out, and to soften up this soil so that when I pull this thing up straight it might go back down in there. But this is the whole reason for doing this, is because it's pulling up like that, and I don't want this tree to fall over. So that's what's happening. Okay, now I have the rope around this tree so that I can tie this knot, hold on to it. Alright, when you're tying around something that's going to get real tight, this is the best knot to use. It's called the bowline knot. You make this loop like that, and the idea is to pull this through there. But what you do, you take this rope and go around it, and then back through, and pull it tight, and that's called a bowline knot. And no matter how tight you pull it, you can always get it loose because of this thing right here. It folds right down, and you can untie it. So that's the best knot when you're going to pull something real tight, like a tree. Okay, I've got this come along ready to pull that rope tight. There's another bowline knot. There's the come along tied on to anchored to that tree with that rope, and another bowline knot so that I can untie it. And what I'm going to do is tie this rope onto that rope so I can pull that tree, and hopefully it'll straighten up, but I think I might go turn on the water now. The way to pull a rope with a rope is to put a bunch of wraps in front of it like that, and then come to the back and put a double half hitch right there. It's a bunch of wraps in the front and a couple half hitches in the back, and that will pull.
All right, here we go.
This rope tight. Okay, here's the idea. This come along is anchored to this tree, and I can tighten it, and it is tied onto that tree. And this is that knot I was telling you about, the rope that's pulling the rope. And then when I get it tight, I can wrap it around that tree and then loosen this up and take off that come along. I'll show you that later. Alright, I have the water running, but there's a leak back there, so I'm not getting a lot of pressure, but I want to get it all good and wet so that it'll be soft and take root. I wish I had taken that limb off too, because I got this thing pulled pretty dang tight, and that tree's not budging. Still up too much. So keep trying. Well, I stopped to fix the leak in my hose and got that done, so it's flowing good out there. Well, while waiting for that ground to get wet and soften up to pull back on that tree, I started cutting that limb up little by little. Lots of breaks. It's pretty warm today, but I'm getting there. Before I began, I changed the chain on this chainsaw. That's not a new chain, that's an old chain that I sharpened, and I must have done a pretty good job, because this thing is cutting through this wood. Cutting through that wood like butter. Well, almost. But it's working good. Got a lot of this stuff. Got a lot of these limbs cut, and a few moved out to the street. Okay, I am ready to take off the come along. This is the rope that's tied to the tree, and this is the rope right here that is on the come along. It's got some slack in it, but that'll tighten up. Now I got it wrapped around that tree a bunch of times, because that's what's going to hold it when I loosen up this come along, and then I can just tie a knot right here, and when it's time to take it off, it'll be easy to take off. That's the plan anyway. So let's hope it goes well. This is the knot that was on that come along, and it's super tight, but if I'm lucky, I can untie it with one hand. See there? That's a bowline. Okay, I got my come along off. I've got this tree secured.
All right, here we go.
It's we'll have to see how it goes. Now I have to pick up all my tools and go have lunch. did not quite accomplish what I wanted to and close that gap, but I think it's at least secure, and cut up a bunch of this limb, but I'll move all that stuff another day. This is a repeat of Wednesday with double cheese Whopper and jalapenos and bacon and French fries, and yeah. And there's my car again. So didn't go as I had hoped, but well enough. Signing off.